Welcome to the 2012 Buick Enclave. I want to start by showing you under the hood of the vehicle. Under the hood of the Enclave is a 3.6 liter dual overhead cam variable valve time V6. That's a lot of fancy words and technology put into this vehicle to tell you that it's going to keep your fuel economy happy, it's going to give you plenty of power and performance for getting on and off the exit ramps. Direct injection has helped out this vehicle in the last couple of years by giving it a few extra horsepower, also making the emissions extremely clean. One thing you'll notice under the hood, there is no battery. It does give you jump connections over here in the event that you do have to jump the vehicle or jump another vehicle, but the battery is located under the floor in the middle of the vehicle. Weight and balance distribution, number one. Number two, it's a safety feature. In the event of a frontal impact, there's nothing here that can explode, leak, or cause hazardous fumes in the event of a frontal collision. The premium edition package of the Buick Enclave, which this one is, gives you high-intensity discharge headlamps up front that articulate when you turn. So when you're turning into a driveway at night and it's dark, the headlights will be in the driveway before you pull into the driveway. Gives you a little better vision getting in and out of those dark parking spaces and or pulling in and out of the ATM, perhaps, or maybe up to your mailbox. Also, standard equipment, projector-style fog lamps down low. Coming around to the passenger side of the vehicle, something I want to point out to you that's important to us as well as it should be to you is an interesting little fact about these vehicles. On the Buicks, typically you're going to see a Michelin tire, which we all know and agree that Michelin's one of the best tires manufactured today. But there's something else you need to know. On our tires is a little interesting thing here that says TPC spec, and it's got a number on it. Now TPC, Tire Performance Criteria, what that means is that this tire was engineered by General Motors for this vehicle, for weight carrying capability, stability, and traction in all types of weather. Also, it's noted for its quietness, for interior cabin noise. Also, behind the tires and the wheels, four-wheel ABS disc brakes with StabiliTrak. What that means to you is that the vehicle is designed to keep you going straight. Essentially, if you tried to cut a donut in the snow, which we all did when we were kids, this vehicle won't allow you to do it. Now, you could shut that feature off if you needed to, but it's partially in the car, it's thinking faster than you, it's going to think for you. It's a safety feature built into the vehicle. Also, one thing you'll notice on the side of the vehicle while we're on safety, the entire side of this car, from the seam in the A-pillar to the seam behind the tail light, the entire side of this car is all one piece. There are no seams in the middle of the vehicle. When this vehicle goes down the assembly line, it's actually a cage construction, and inside of this, there's side impact airbags for all three rows, standard. Second thing Buick did is that implied the quiet tuning. Quiet tuning is GM's definition to reduce, block, and absorb noise from the road, from the wind, and from the engine. We've done that by using double laminated glass, done that by double laminated steel. What that means is that the steel is actually 2 layers of steel with a very thin layer of injected rubber in between. The glass is 2 layers of glass with polycarbonate plastic in between. Polycarbonate plastic is utilized in our glasses lenses as well as bulletproof glass. A couple things happen. No noise enters the side of this glass from the cabin. The interesting thing about that is in the event of a side impact, the glass might break, but it stays intact in the entire shell, so it doesn't land in your lap. That's one of the best things we love about quiet tuning. We've seen these vehicles in the body shop, we've seen the glass broke, but there's no glass inside the car. Also, before the vehicle's final assembly, there's a bag that's put into the side of this car that's inflated with an expandable foam, not allowing any road noise to enter the car through the A, B, C, and D pillars. Here we are at the back of the Buick Enclave. Now, the power liftgate feature is standard, and it can be utilized 3 different ways. 1 is on the key fob. 2 is the switch on the back of the door. 3 is the switch up in the middle of the dashboard. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and utilize the key fob and show you that by holding it for a couple of seconds, the door automatically opens. So if you do have hands full with groceries, Pets, the baby, whatever you're carrying out from the store, you can have your door open right when you walk up to the vehicle. Also, it promotes us a little help for those of us that are vertically challenged and can't reach the liftgate. You can hit the button again and it'll go ahead and close for you too. Inside the car, you'll notice that the back seats do fold flat. One of the best features here is that they're simple to use. Flip the handle, give it a shove, flip the handle, give it a shove, and now we have a 4 foot by 4 foot area for those extended shopping trips, the trip to Florida, plenty of luggage. perhaps a stroller or the pack and play will fit just fine. In the event that you do need just one seat for one extra passenger, you have that option. You can go ahead and flip up one seat and have that extra passenger. If Grandma and Grandpa are going with us and we need 3 extra seats, we have a true 3-person third row seat. Also, we're one of the only third row seat vehicles in the market that do have the center latch system for a child seat. So 3 child seats will fit in this vehicle safely and happily. Also, if you decide to shut the liftgate just by hand, you don't hurt anything. The motor automatically resets itself. At the rear of the vehicle, rear park assist is standard, so it does have the sensors that will tell you when to stop. It also has the backup camera that will tell you how close you are to whatever it is that you're trying to back up against. In the passenger compartment of the vehicle, in this particular case, the middle row. Interestingly enough, the middle row is available 2 ways, with captain's chairs, most preferred, and then of course you can still get the bench seat in the middle so it'll give you an extra passenger yet, making this vehicle a total of 8 passengers. Flip and fold center seats. The reason they call them flip and fold is because of the multiple functions that they do have. If you wanted to go ahead and fold them flat and fold the loop, they drop flat, okay? If you stand them back up and you wanted to recline them a few degrees, they do recline a few degrees. The other feature is that the seat will actually move fore and aft 4 inches. So a size 13 shoe will fit on the floor behind the third row seat. Most of our competitors can't say that. Also, access to the third row is done one of 2 ways. Pulling on the handle, the whole seat moves forward, and even myself, being a full-size adult, can scoot into the third row seat with no problem. Or, if it's just children that are involved, there's plenty of room between the 2 captain's chairs to be able to scoot up the middle. One of the things you're going to ask is, well, geez, look at those openings on the floor for the seats. They're not a hindrance. In this particular case, once the floor mat's on that vehicle, it's actually accordioned. It's actually accordioned so that it's designed to work with the seat when the seat moves forward. Also, the seat tracks are kind of underneath and on the top of the floor, so even if M&Ms or a pencil was dropped down in that floor rail, it's not going to cause a problem. An actual vacuum cleaner chute, it fits in there and they clean out easily with no issues. Probably the best feature about the 2012 Enclave, the driver's seat, and obviously that's where you're going to want to be. In this particular case, in the premium model, it gives us 12-way power seats on both sides. Also, driver's memory for his and her convenience, that way nobody's yelling about where the seat was left or the radio stations that were programmed or how you can't see out of the mirrors. Simply program it, and when you get in and out of the car, you can hit 1 and 2 for drivers 1 and 2, and you'll be right where you need to be each and every time. Power windows and locks are standard naturally for convenience, but also they give you power folding mirrors. Mirrors are designed to fold up with the touch of a button, so when you can pull up close to the ATM or the drive-thru or perhaps a narrow garage, you'll be able to suck the mirrors in without having to worry about knocking them off, okay? Now, more driver's convenience and comfort. The steering wheel is actually power tilt and telescopic, and it is part of the driver's memory feature on this, okay? So as you can see, with the touch of a button, I can set it in any place that I want. Steering wheel mounted cruise control, steering wheel mounted radio controls. Your hands will never have to leave the steering wheel. It's extremely safe, keeps your eyes on the road. They become very intuitive as you become to drive the vehicle more and more often. 5 speeds delay wipers are standard. In the middle, the CD player system, in this particular case, navigation's optional, okay? CD player standard, XM radio is standard, and the Bose sound system is good. So you got a subwoofer up here on the dash, you've got some extra storage up top with a USB port for iPod device and or a Garmin perhaps if you needed an external navigation unit. Clock in the dash says it all. It's luxury at its finest. The analog clock, you just can't beat the look. Dual zone digital climate control in this particular case gives you a his and her sides choices. You can actually have up to 30 degrees difference between the 2 zones, and the passengers have their own zone. So you've got heating and air conditioning vents in the ceiling and in the floor for all 3 rows. Down low with the premium package, you get heated seats and cooled seats. One of the nicest features about the vehicle, it does come with remote start standard. The remote start system in this not only does just warm up the vehicle for you, however, when you do use a remote start, if it's below 32 degrees, kicks on the front and rear defrost and your heated seats for you. If it's above 80, the air conditioning will be on for you by the time you get to the car. Nice thing about that, imagine those hot summer days you're at the grocery store, you want to cool the car off. If you hit it in the checkout line, by the time you get to it, the car will be an even 70 degrees inside. And then once the key goes in ignition, it'll reset itself right to the wherever you left it. Okay. Here's your power liftgate buttons inside. There's your stability and traction control button if you need to turn that off. And then of course you have the rear wiper buttons right there. I'm Matt Emrick for the Junction Auto family, and you can give me a call at 440-285-5700 or email me, mattjunction1931 at yahoo.com if you have any further questions. Look forward to letting you test drive this car.